Alright, people, my name is Mike. I'm here about vaping, specifically vaping. I've done a couple videos. I've shown my liquids. I've shown my decimus. I've shown different things. You can find all out about that in my YouTube um, past history of videos. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my RDA and talking a little bit about RDAs, letting you guys know what's the difference between an RDA and um, a regular atomizer tank. Um, it's kind of hard to do it because I don't have just any regular tank. I mean, I have a regular tank. I can't use this at the moment. I have no atomizers for it, but there's big differences. Let's see, to start off with. Okay, so I talked to you guys about my liquids and everything else. Today, we're going to be talking about the tanks and the RDAs. Alright? So, I mean, every and any time you buy a tank or an RDA or anything of that sort, you're going to get utensils. Like I said, I buy everything that I get from Cloud Chasers. It may not be specifically from the Cloud Chasers website. There are stores that carry Cloud Chasers merchandise. One way you can tell that it's Cloud Chasers, they normally put their emblems in their work somewhere, somehow. You can find the Cloud Chasers emblem. Um, this is the Archon RDA for Cloud Chasers. When you open this box, I don't know if I have everything in here. Oh, I do. When you open this box, you'll see a bag with a toolkit. It comes with screws, a couple of bolts, a little mini screwdriver. You have your O-rings in here. You have some um, wires to connect your negative and positive posts so that you can set up everything on your base. Uh, these in here, this is actually where your Archon sits at. The mouthpieces I got from Vapor Shark from testing different fluids. They actually go with this piece right here. Now this piece comes out, of course, of the box. And when you pull this little bugger out, it's got a hole in it. It's got two O-rings on the bottom that go into the top of your RDA, which I'll show you in a second. But the cool thing about that is these little tips go right up in here. They pop in, just like so. I'll pull it out for you for a second. Show you a little closer to what I'm talking about. They go right in here. That hole, this back piece has an O-ring, pops in, stays on. You can switch it out. I use it like this because I like the fact that this has the Cloud Chasers, and the bigger the airflow, the more smoke you can get into your lungs. This also has two O-rings. It's a top mouthpiece that goes on here. You can slide this one in. I'm not going to slide it all the way in, but it goes right in. And then you can take it out to change out your tips. Now you have this tip, and if this tip's getting too hot for your mouth because of the mod box that you're using, they do have a plastic tip in here that doesn't get as hot. I don't use it. Haven't used it since I bought it. The decimus doesn't get hot enough that I need it. Let's see. That's for your RDA. Now there are other things for the RDA we're going to talk about in this video. Hopefully, if it doesn't run too long. The trifecta tank from Cloud Chasers is what I have on my mod box. It hits decent. It's the best in its class for these kinds of tanks. You can change this into an RDA. Don't let anybody tell you that it can only be used with regular atomizers. It can be made into an RDA. I did not choose to do this because the coils weren't, like, the space to build the coils wasn't big enough. The juice well wasn't big enough. It just wasn't to my liking. This is better. I like it the way it is. The deck space wasn't that great. Um, Inside this box, I mean, I've used everything that came in it, but inside this box, like I said, every box that you get is going to have a little toolkit for you to use. It comes with O-rings for every part of the trifecta tank, so that any O-ring that breaks or starts leaking, you can change out. It comes with 2 atomizers, which are going to be 0.2 tanker. Let's see. Let me take this off. But they're going to be 0.2s. They cannot be 0.1s. 0.1s are nickel. Nickel will not work on the Decimus, at least. If you have a temperature controlled mod box, you can get the 0.1s. These are Kanthal. The Kanthal, I don't know if you can read it on here, but right there it says Kanthal 0.2 OHM, which is for ohms. And then it says right here 50 to 100. That's the recommended watts that you should use with this particular atomizer. You shouldn't go over 100 watts with this atomizer. You'll burn it up faster than you should, and you'll just be burning through them, spending $24 for a pack, or $6 per atomizer every time you burn it up. It's not worth it, guys. I'm telling you from experience. I've burnt a couple up. I've tried to use a nickel atomizer. You can't use them in a non-heat controlled box. It's not going to work for the simple fact that the nickel you have to be able to control the temperature to turn it down, so I guess that the nickel doesn't burn or explode or get too hot. I don't know exactly what it is. Like I said, it blows pretty decent clouds. It's supposed to be the best in its class. I believe it. I think it is. When I bought this, I mean, I didn't buy it just as the tank itself. I bought it with my entire kit, and I got a liquid that came with it. Cons with it: you can't change out this mouthpiece. You can't put a smaller mouthpiece on it. You can't do anything about this mouthpiece. It's going to stay that big. It leaks a little bit. When I first bought it, I didn't know how to use it all that well. When you fill this tank, when you put your atomizers in here, you see how this airflow hole is open. Make sure this airflow hole is closed. If not, you will leak oil, the fluid all over yourself. If you buy the Decimus and you can't pull it as hard as you should be, because maybe you're using too high of a nicotine, I've talked about in another video, it will leak on you and it will be hot. I've learned this from experience. Burning hot, no fun. When you learn how to use it, when you buy the right nicotine levels, great addition for your mod box. I love it. The only con, like I said, that I have really with it, it leaks a little bit every now and then. You can't change the top out. Other than that, beautifully built, well made. Like I said, they say it's top of the class. I believe it. Cloud Chasers does a great job when they make their stuff. Take it off. You screw it clockwise, counterclockwise. Now, when you want to take off the top piece to fill this tank, hold on a second, because it's a little hard to break free. All right. You want to spin it the opposite way that you spin the rest of it. You spin the top this way, like this, like this. The rest of it you would spin this way. So to take this and this apart, you spin the top piece this way. To take the top off, you spin it clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever it is. I'm not too sure about that. In the top here, there's a hole. You put your bottle, you put your liquid on the top of that hole, whether you have a top like this, or it's a dripper top, you put it in that hole. Once it's in the hole and the air hole is closed, you can squeeze your bottle and it'll fill up your tank. Boom, done. Tank full. I mean, not all the way, but it's full. It'll last a good amount of time. Screw this until you get it level. Screw it back on. Tighten it. Done. I've showed you how it hits, so I'm gonna move on because this is getting pretty long. You can turn it upside down, and literally turn it upside down, and you can set it wherever you want. It's not gonna leak. If the O-rings and everything are good in it, it won't leak. The RDA. RDAs are cool. They all pretty much do the same thing. You can pull off the top, and it's interchangeable. The sleeve that goes in the top, bless me, that opens and closes the air holes, comes out. Normally, if you push right here on the top of the screws or whatever it is that holds it in, you can push it out. I'm not going to do that because I don't like to push my deck out like that in case I might destroy it or something. I also like to keep all my Cloud Chaser stuff facing front. You turn this on, and that's why I like the aggressiveness. It goes right on, no problem. Now you can pop this off, and there's your deck. Mine is already loaded. Vapor Shark did this build for me actually, which I love it. I've had it for a couple of days. It's great. It burns at you can't really see it, but a 0.22 ohms. I still have it at 96 watts. I burn this the same way I burn the trifecta tank from Cloud Chasers. This is a little dry, so I'm gonna wet it up a little bit. And it's got a 2-coil. They're actually 2 coils in it. They're actually set to the sides. They're not center posted. This is the Archon RDA from Cloud Chasers, and it has a 3-post setup. There is a newer one or something that came out that has a 2-post setup, one on either side. You can set up to like 4 or 8 coils on it. When you set this back down, when you take this all apart, you build your deck, you set this back down. You want to make sure that you line up those 2 bottom holes with your coils for airflow. Now, this thing, amazing clouds. Sometimes, which I'll get into the pros and cons for it in a second. I gotta hit it. The flavor that I have for it is metronome. It's like a vanilla cupcake. I mean, it makes you hungry. Cloud Chasers did their homework. They give you the munchies when you smoke on their fluids. And no, there's no THC or anything like that in it. It's just the flavor that you get out of it. Especially with these RDAs and this trifecta tank. I mean, you just get the flavor. Like I said, amazing clouds. That's the difference between an RDA and a regular tank. They're gonna burn hotter. They have coils in them that get so hot that it just makes the fluid just and it smokes like it's on fire. It's just a wonderful thing. Now, taking apart and building your RDA, when you first buy it, like I said, when you get it, it comes with a toolkit, it comes with coils, it comes with O-rings, it comes with cotton, it comes with pretty much everything that you need to set up a first build. I bought another RDA before this one, Mutation X V3. Wasn't from Cloud Chasers. Didn't like it. Vapor Shark had a problem putting it together. It was apparently broken before I got to use it. A shame, but I'm in love with this Archon. What more can I tell you guys about it? I mean, be careful if when you buy RDAs. Be careful with what ohms you're burning them at. Be careful how low the ohms go. Make sure your mod box can take it. Use very safe batteries, high drain batteries. Don't spend $1.50 to get replacement batteries. In the vaping industry, you get what you pay for. If you pay for something that's $1.50, it may blow up in your hand. When you're building these, they don't necessarily blow up in your hand unless you build them wrong. If you go too low on your ohms, if you got too many coils, if you don't saturate the cotton right, I mean, those are the problems that people have with these things. It's not the fact that, oh, I bought it and it just blew. No, they don't just blow up. They're not built that way. They're built for people to use them. Now, if you're building them improperly, it's like holding a handgun and not holding it like this, but keeping your finger in the trigger all the time with the safety off. Eventually, if you slip, you pull the trigger, it shoots. Somebody could get killed. It's the same thing. If you don't follow the guidelines, I mean, these things come with booklets and tell you exactly how to build them, how low your ohms should not go past. I mean, if you follow the directions, if you follow what you're supposed to do, you will not get harmed by these things. They're not there to hurt you. They're not just gonna blow up because they blow up. It doesn't happen that way. They're not unsafe. The people who use them can be unsafe. In another video, I'll get into how to build it and strumming the coils and all of that other stuff. I mean, this video is getting extremely long, but pretty much got to talk to you guys what I wanted to talk to you about, the different tanks and the difference between the smoking. Like I said, regular tanks, this is not a regular tank, it's a trifecta tank. It blows good clouds, decent clouds. But the RDAs come with much more airflow. They come with a deck set up to put coils in it where you can change your ohm ratings. The lower the ohms, yes, the more smoke. The more airflow, the more smoke. It has a technique into it on how you exhale before you inhale and how you exhale after you inhale. That also makes your clouds bigger. It took me a little while to learn. I'm still learning. I will be getting other RDAs, and I will be showing videos on those as well. But yeah, the Archon from Cloud Chaser, the RDA, wonderful, beautiful. I'm in love with it. It's the best thing that's happened to me. I mean, I change my cotton now every 2 to 3 days. Keeping it saturated is the #1 key. Clean your coils. You can do that with like a wire brush, which I don't really recommend it that way. The way I recommend it is you take your cotton out of it, you hold your button down, you let the coils get really red hot, you let it go. You hold it again, you let them get hot, you let it go. You can either pour a little bit of your liquid on the coils, very little liquid because the liquid will catch fire, or you can burn them hot, put water on them. Don't get the water on your actual mod box, but you can tilt it like this or like that, and you get the coils hot. And you put when you let go, you put water on it, and they'll clean themselves. They should last about 2 to 3 weeks. The coil, your cotton, anywhere from 3 to 4 days. You should change it out depending on how often you hit it. If you can taste a burning sensation, like the fluid changes in flavor to where it's like almost burnt, change out your cotton. It's the same thing as if you buy one of these and you have the atomizer. When the atomizer starts to blacken and burn, you want to change out your atomizer. You'll taste the difference in the flavor. It won't be as like, oh, yum yum. No, it'll be like, oh, what the heck is that? Somebody burnt my cupcakes. Get me? So just be careful with what you're doing. Make sure you're paying attention. Don't just pick it up. Like if you got an RDA and it's sitting on your desk, don't just pick it up in the morning and go, oh, well, I left it full of liquid. No, check it. Make sure that it's saturated. Make sure that it's not dried out overnight. and make sure your airflow is open. If you have your airflow closed, you're not going to get anything out of it, and you're putting yourself at risk. I've told you as much as I can tell you through this video. I will come back in other videos. I will show you other things. I hope I've helped you guys out. I hope you guys have learned a little bit of something. If you need any other information, just let me know down below in the links. Subscribe, write to me, let me know what you guys think, what you guys need to know, anything like that, and I'll help you guys out if I can. Until then, vape on, guys.